Okay, calling to order at 7:39 p.m.
Councilwoman Selby,
Present.
Councilman Karakini,
Present.
Supervisor Keating,
Present.
Councilman Lukacek,
Present.
Councilman Martin.
Not present.
Thank you. Councilman Lukacek, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have no other preliminary matters tonight, so we'll move on to regular business. The first item, which is item number 2, or under item number 2, regular business, the first item is the consideration of all fund bills. And Councilwoman Lukacek, would you like to take that item?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, thank you. I make a motion that we approve the fund bills for abstract number 1, 2022 payables journal, number AP-3760, for the total of $465,691.22.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 3 tonight is our correspondence. We have 9 items of correspondence tonight. The first item is the pre-construction meeting minutes and a letter from the Union Concrete and Construction Corporation regarding the construction and slope stabilization on Back Creek Road. Item number 2 is the New York class update on recent market events. Item number 3 is a letter from the Western New York Southtown Scenic Highway. Items number 4 is the dispatch report for January 2023 for the Boston Emergency Squad. Item 5 is the dispatch report for the January 2023 for the Boston Fire Company. Item number 6 is the dispatch reports for January 2023 for the North Boston Fire Company. And item 7 is the dispatch reports for January 2023 for Passion Fire Company. Item number 8 is a letter from the New York State Department of Transportation designation of restricted highway. And item 9 is a letter from the Boston Emergency Squad regarding a billing notice. Again, all those items have been received and filed in town clerk's office. Item number 4 tonight is our new business. The first item there tonight is the request from the floor. If anyone would like to come up to the microphone and have any remarks or make any comments, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address. You have 3 minutes each. The floor is open.
Jay Jackson, 7964 Back Creek Road. Normally when I come up here, I try to be positive along those lines. Not so much tonight. Pretty disappointed. The sharing of this was terrible. Patient this evening because of that. It makes you come off like you're hiding something. Naturally, I know that's not the case, but as my wife says, just saying, because saying dumbass in public is frowned upon.
All right, no other comment? Floor is closed. Item number 2 is the 2022 Service Award Points for the Boston Fire Company. And Councilman Karakini, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the 24 points for the Boston Fire.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 3 is resolution 2023-29, accepting a proposal for the comprehensive plan update consultant. And Councilwoman Lukacek, would you like to take that item?
I would be glad to, Mr. Supervisor. So we finally have gotten to the point in the town of Boston where we are reviewing bids for the comprehensive plan that if you looked on our website, it's dated 2000, and that was written at the end of 1999. The planning board many years ago had attempted to revise that and update that, and at that time, the town board didn't act on it, even at our request. So that's what I'm here now, because that ticked me off. The planning board, the zoning board, conservation advisory board, those are all volunteer boards, and those members mean a great deal to this town, and they obviously volunteer, so the time that they put into it means a lot to them, obviously, because they're doing it. So the comprehensive plan that we are accepting the proposal for, the town board had time to review 4 bidders, and of those 4, as a group, we agreed on CPL. So the town board of the town of Boston, it was previously known as Clark Patterson Lee, they now go by CPL. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Boston hereby accepts the March 3rd, 2023 proposal by CPL to assist the town in updating its comprehensive plan for a total fee not to exceed $94,870, and authorizes the town supervisor to enter into an agreement with CPL for that work. I do want to note that the grants that we have received does cover this. If there is something that comes up during the plan review that does not meet those 2 grants, then that would be a separate discussion for funding. So wanted to let you know that. So I make a motion that we approve.
I will second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Tarquini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukaszek.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, item number 4 tonight under our new business is resolution 2018 Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck with snowplow surplus and authorizing disposal through auction. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item tonight?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'd like to make a motion 23-30, whereas the town of Boston Highway Superintendent has advised us that the following equipment no longer meets the requirements of the department. And it is a 2018 Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck with a snowplow. And he would like to oversee the sale of the property declared surplus by this resolution at the auction on behalf of the town of Boston. I'd like to make a motion to approve this resolution.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Tarquini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukaszek.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, item number 5 tonight under new business is a application for use of facility for the South Towns Walleye Association Kids Fishing Derby, or fishing day. And Councilman Tarquini, would you like to take that item?
Thank you Supervisor Keating. South Towns Walleye Association has requested the use of the lion shelter and the fishing ponds for their fishing derby to be held on June 22nd, 23 from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. They are not serving alcohol. They're not having a private party, and they are having a public special event. Madam Clerk, is the facility available?
It is right, I believe it is July 22nd.
What did I say?
June.
Did I say June?
You said
Oh, I'm a fisherman, and it's much better fishing in June. July 22nd, 2023. I'm sorry about that.
They have their own day.
it is available.
They have their own day.
So that I make a motion, we approve this use of facility.
A second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Tarquini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukaszek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, item number 6 tonight under new business is an application for use of facility for the Boston Free Library for a fundraiser. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. We have a use of facility from the Boston Free Library from Linda Heron, who's the director, and she would like to use our lion shelter and bathrooms on July 27th, 2023, from 5 to 8 p.m. and the same day, 5, and takedown would be 8 to 9:30 at night for a fundraiser. They're going to be using parking for over 50 people, and there'll be vendors there. I'd like to make a motion to approve the library to use our facility.
I'll second.
Lydia Sylvia also included a letter requesting waive of the fee.
Okay, we're going to also approve waiving the fee of $75. I'd like to make that a motion, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilman Lukashev.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, and that is all we have for new business tonight. We have no old business, so we move on to reports and presentations. Highway Superintendent, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Well, like I've been announcing for weeks, brush pickup that's coming Monday. We're gonna have lots of chips this year, we got lots of brush pickup. Guys been out fishing, we're gonna have lots of fill to get rid of. And, we still have some broken blacktop down there. And any residents, I said last time, anybody lives on town road, be glad to bring their ditch out, they call, and we did get a couple people called and asked if the ditch was cleaned out, we took care of that. And then installing new driveway pipe stuff. One on Wildwood, today we're up on Allen Drive, so we've been doing some piping. Other than that,
That's for the south towns. Usually the CAC does one as well.
July, lily pads on them. I'm just thinking if the kids are out to fish, it's not really.
There's lily pads around Mother's Day fishing.
Yeah,
Fishing
I-
derby's May 7th.
Trying to fish in that pond, they're all lily pads.
Bob, fishing derby from the CAC is May 7th.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Walleye.
South Towns Walleye Association.
Are fishing there? That's all I have, I think.
The upper pond will be the choice that day.
All right, Councilwoman Selby, you have the floor.
Thank you. I would like to announce that we have a feed Hamburg farm to school families coming up tomorrow. It's kind of late notice, but for any families in need of food packs, tomorrow at 3:15 at the Hamburg Middle School, they'll be putting together bags of food. So spread the Boston and Hamburg. I have some handouts here, town clerk. And we're grateful to Feed Hamburg and Communities Boston for leading this initiative and supporting students in the FACS Service Club, which is the middle school club. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
All right, Councilman Carnegie, you have the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor. I have two things tonight. Mr. Jackson, I just wanted to let you know that the reason for, and everybody know, that the reason that the meeting was moved from next week into this week was because the way that the school calendar fell for spring break, there weren't going to be enough people to hold a quorum.
That was not the issue.
I know, I understand what your issue was.
Okay.
That decision was made very late based on the availability of the council members to be present next week. So I just wanted everybody to know that it wasn't a function of, trying to do anything nefarious. It really came down to everybody's schedule for spring break. So, and we did have bills to pay. But I appreciate your comment, and it is very well noted that, it's our goal and objective to always put these things out if there's a change. I disagree with you. It was short, and circumstances dictated that. And I'd like to thank Tracy Skuse. They held a spelling contest on Monday night. Participate, and it was very impressive. Actually ran out of words. We had second graders and that almost got through their whole list, and the third graders carried the words through the fifth grade that they hadn't even studied for.
Wow.
And I was really impressed with the bravery of the students to go up in front of an auditorium as a first grader, even for a fifth grader. That's a big challenge. You have an auditorium full of people, and I have to tell you, it really, I was impressed with it, and Prince did a great job with the students. I wasn't prepared necessarily for how upset people were if they misspelled the word. But I had the honor to sit with Tom Flynn, who's a member of the school board, and he and I, but it was very impressive to see the young people of our community standing up there and doing their thing. So I just wanted to take a moment and thank everybody involved with that.
Thank you. Councilman Lukacek, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. So last night, the planning board held their meeting. They weren't able to hold it their scheduled time, so they moved it to yesterday evening. They did send new plans for the Tim Hortons. It's where the current Tim Hortons is on Boston State Road by the 219 interchange. They are reflecting that to the town board now favorably, that they reviewed the building that the new Tim Hortons would be in with the convenience store. There's going to be there's station as part of that, and then the back set where there's no buildings currently, that would be an office building. So they scrutinized it and asked as many questions as they could within our code. So they sent it up to the town board at this point to review it and hold a public hearing and get that all scheduled. And they reflected on that favorably. So just wanted to let the folks know that will be coming from our end at that point. Okay, and the next town planning board meeting will then be April 11th. That's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. Madam Clerk, you have the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. Tax payments were due March 15th in person or postmarked by March 15th. Payments after that date are considered late. This penalty that is assessed is not mandated by me as a collector. It is mandated by New York State real property tax law. So I do apologize. I did not make an on-time payment and we were assessed a late fee on our tax bill. Again, it has nothing to do with me as the collector. This is New York State real property tax law. I cannot waive a fee for any reason. It needs to be postmarked by March 15th or paid in person in my office by March 15th. So since we are in the first penalty phase of collection, payment will be due May 1st, but collection will continue in my office through June 30th. Some fun things coming up for April. Saturday, April 1st, Churchill Memorial will be hosting the Easter Children's Program at the church. All children in the community are welcome, but please register through the coordinator or directly through the church office. Tuesday, April 4th is the next Life blood drive that will be held in the community room from 2 to 7 p.m. And Saturday, April 8th will be the annual Easter egg hunt held right here at the town hall. The Easter egg hunt starts 1 p.m. So all the kiddos do need to be assembled in the fields at that time, but there will be other events for the children also prior to that in the community room. Churchill Memorial will be sponsoring the April 14th and April 28th, $15, and that will be for takeout as far as I know, and also to serve in their fellowship hall. And that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Just have a couple things, and Mr. Jackson, all due respect, so I hear your concern regarding the town board. Appreciate you bringing that. The town board, we did post notice. The town clerk posted on her board, and then the media was notified. So that is how the town board makes notice of any kind of meeting change, whether it's lack of quorum, whether events or town hall having to be closed. So
Yesterday on the town website, it was posted. Yesterday, nothing on social media. There are a number of avenues that were not pursued.
again, the town board, the town clerk messaging board and the media are the two that lead statutorily. And that was when the PAC came together, but we will work to do better. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. The comprehensive plan, I am very excited to Councilman Lukacek's point. We have a very old and dated comprehensive plan. So when members of the public or our citizens come to the planning board meetings or other town board meetings and say they do not want, I probably should be careful saying this name, I might be carried out of here, but a Dollar General in our community or other things, This comprehensive plan is the roadmap, folks. This is where we want you, and the town board needs all of you to come and be engaged. Look to our neighbors, Eden, Amber, surrounding us. They've gone through these comprehensive plan updates. This is the roadmap for 7 to 10 years. That's the proper timeline to handle these. So Clark Patterson has done some great work with other communities. So do look forward to working with them. And it's been long overdue. So it'll be great once that, or I'm sorry, CPL, yes. I keep forgetting they rebranded. Thank you. Back Creek, I know we can't stop talking about that one, but I know there has been quite a bit of brush clearing and tree cutting over on Back Creek Road by the slide by, it's been long overdue, again, 5 years. We'll probably see some more work on that in the near future, but then that work will have a pause, just so the public is aware, because New York State DEC regulations deem that you can, any work that's done around a body of water that's a tributary, you cannot change the translucency, that's the DEC verbiage. You cannot change the translucency, so you won't see any construction going on over there because of that reason. And then that construction schedule will ramp back up from what I'm seeing in their construction schedule is proposed so far, roughly in like a June to July timeline. So share as Erie County passes that information on to us. Water phase 1, which is some of our big projects, that has also been sadly delayed. Erie County Department of Health, with all the CARES, federal funding and other funds that are out there right now, Department of Health was roughly a 2 to 4 week turnaround time. They're experiencing 6 to 8 week turnaround times to approve and review projects. And then which, if there are any concerns or declarations that made on those projects, the engineering firm has to then respond to those. So that's kicked out a little bit. We were hoping for an April launch for the bid. And it's probably going to be looking at probably late April or most realistically probably May. So again, as more information comes out, that'll be water phase 1. Again, that's in the north end, kind of on the Hamburg border, where a lot of those water projects will be kicking in. Residents will also see work being done at Crestwood and the Rice Hill water tank in the near future as well, once Mother Nature stops getting us snow. The meeting for April 5th was canceled due to the, as Councilman Cartagena alluded, just a friendly reminder that meeting was canceled and then moved to tonight because of the way that the schedule fell with the spring break. So the next meeting, again, that was normally scheduled on April 5th was canceled. That's what we're doing tonight. The following meeting that we'll be having will be on April 19th. And then the only other item I have is that the State of the County address, this is from my knowledge, at least as of today, will be televised. But there'll be a State of the County address by the county executive on April 13th at 4 p.m. It is a by invitation only event. To my knowledge, it's only been supervisors and mayors and other dignitaries around the community that have been invited to this. So I plan on attending that event, and we'll be happy to report back any information I have from that event. And that is all I have. So I would make a motion to close the meeting at 8:03 p.m. I'll second.
Councilman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilman Lukajich.
Yes.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned.